13-year-old Braden Harrington delivered a moving speech. You see him there at last night's Democratic National Convention. From his bedroom, Braden addressed millions of people around the world, telling the story about how a chance encounter changed his life. Now, since last night, the address has gone viral with people commending Braden's courage. Among those taking note was Craig Meyer of the Post-Gazette. He tweeted saying, quote, "I'm 30 and still struggle at times with a stutter. Even asking a question in a press conference can feel like a monumental task." We reached out to Craig to see if he would offer his personal experience as someone who grew up with a stutter. And we are thrilled to have Craig join us now live via Zoom. So thanks so much for joining us tonight, Craig.
No. I really appreciate you all having me.
Craig, your words are striking a chord with people. So I want to know what made you pick up your phone and send that tweet?
I guess it's kind of a bit of a millennial impulse where you have to get all of your thoughts out there, especially on social media. But I think it's just growing up with a stutter can be a bit of a lonely experience, even being someone 30, 40, 50 with when you feel like you're someone who deals with this very unique struggle in life. And yeah, it can feel lonely. It can feel like everybody else lives their life a certain way, kind of easily, doing some basic like talking isn't a problem at all. And I thought that if it could even reach a couple people, whether they're kids, whether they're adults, and it could just kind of reinforce to them that, hey, like, you can have a stutter and still do things in life. Like, you're not alone in this fight, and it's a lifelong fight, and one I still deal with a lot. But I guess that was just kind of the impulse there.
What do you think is the biggest misconception for people who have a stutter?
I think it's that they're not smart. I think that that's something when you struggle. I mean, I would deal with this in middle school, high school, where you would have to read passages in class and you would stumble over your words. Sometimes people would laugh at you. They would just think that you're kind of dumb. Like, it's even a reflex I fell back on. Like, I went to college in the Northeast, and I would say to people sometimes if I stuttered or I would talk slow, I'd be like, "Oh, well, I'm from Kentucky." I would kind of fall back on things like that.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think it's just that you're not in. I think there's a big misconception that with stuttering that there's a lack of intelligence that it's attached to it. That really couldn't be further from the truth.
You're a successful writer now, and I was wondering if your stutter has helped you appreciate words more. Did it lead you to writing?
Yeah, that was an area when I was younger. I mean, and even up through high school and college, like, I always felt like because of my stutter, I wasn't able to always say what I wanted to, or maybe say it in the certain way that I would ideally like to. So writing became an outlet where I could really express myself fully and organically. And with this job too, it's been interesting just because, like, this is something that I have to confront most days, even if it's just a phone interview, even if it's just talking with even just informally with people. If it's a press conference, if it's even saying on live TV like this, it's something that I have to deal with. And it kind of takes some of that maybe mythical quality away from that fear. Something, if you don't deal with it, can become almost like a monster under your bed where there's maybe nothing there, or maybe it's something that you end up blowing out of proportion a bit, but it's something that I have to deal with every day. Some days are better than others.
Do you have any advice for young kids maybe who are dealing with this right now?
I think it's that things get better. That the odds are you're always going to have one. Even someone like Joe Biden, who gives speeches in front of millions of people now, he still has one. It's not as evident sometimes, but it's always there. It's accepting who you are, and not letting others define you, even just based on the way that you speak. I think those are the biggest things. Just accepting who you are and realizing that if people have a problem with you and the way that you express yourself, that's their problem. That is not yours. This is something that I can't control, but it's something that I don't let define me. It's a part of who I am, but it's not who I am.
I really appreciate you, Craig, for coming on here, and I'm so sorry that we have to go to commercial break, but I really appreciate you for coming on here and sharing your story, and I'm so glad that you had the same feeling that so many other people last night had watching that video.
No, thank you so much.
Thank you, Craig.